Well, I suppose like anything great, we should start at the beginning of the matter. Hello, folks. My name is Elmer the Ghost. Your pal, your hero, your best friend. And I'm here for part 2 of the Haunted Mansion commentary. Presented by me, Elmer T. Ghost. The gem, the legend. The hero, the undefeatable. Numero uno. El Capitano. Yes, anyhow, let's get this going. We're going to start with episode number 3 of the Haunted Mansion with Puppets series. Oh my goodness, what happened to the color? Someone should speak with the creative team. I don't understand. We couldn't afford color this time around? It's very unfortunate indeed. N.R. Van Slambrook. Yeah. Pay your bills next time, bud. Oh, I suppose this is a flashback, so I suppose that's an artistic choice of taking us back into the past with lack of color. Somehow that correlates. I'm not sure how, but I suppose some other filmmakers out there might know. Well, here's a bunch of... Here we are in a graveyard of some variety. There's a lot of characters out there. I hate to spoil the illusion, my fans, but each single one of those is played by the director himself. Yes, the attention hog extraordinaire, N.R. Van Slambrook. Yeah, go away. Come on, there you go. Finally faded away. There's the breath of fresh air. There's America's sweetheart. Oh, man. Put this guy in a Wheaties box. What a champion.
Where did everyone go? It's me, Elmer.
What a guy to look at. That's the first thing I want to see when I look up in the morning. That's the first thing I want to see when I wake up in the morning. It's that beautiful mug right there. See, anyhow, the background changes a little bit from shot to shot. Each time jump. Or each cut indicates a time jump. So, with the first shot and in this shot, there's a few more tombstones every time. The trees grow a little bit. Gets a little more dense in there. Time's going by. We don't know how much time, but things are changing. You know, there's a forest in the background, and then by the last shot, all the trees are gone, but there's a large wooden windmill in the background. I think that's a nice way to indicate that time has passed us all by. There's one tombstone there on the right-hand side dedicated to Jim Henson, an inspiration to all of us. I'm not a puppet, but I can only infer that lots of people are fans of Jim Henson and his Muppets. Oh, well, speak of the devil, he had to put himself in here again with his little dog. Yeah, she would either act for carrots or little pieces of dog biscuits. Anyways, these shots are a reprisal of the scenes from episode number 1 where the kid Ben shows up at the Haunted Mansion, and we all recognize this location, but this is my character's first time coming to the Haunted Mansion, and what a sight it was to behold. Now we're all caught up back here in the midst of the action.
Just wanted some candy.
And this little fool, he just wanted his candy, but there he goes and falls off the roof like a weirdo. Well, now this is the change of pace. Suddenly it's become a 1980s Amblin film produced by Steven Spielberg. This was the director's bedroom until production kicked him out because they had to dress it like it was probably like his own bedroom looked in the mid-90s. So you have lots of little things in the background. You have a Godzilla poster, and you have there's lots of little hidden details on the shelf. an original copy of the novel to Jurassic Park from 1993. Viewmaster under the bed there. Lots of little things that the director holds dear in his heart from when he grew up. Anyhow, here we are back at Ben's house, so to speak. Unfortunately, actually, I don't ever show up again in this episode, which is like, a real bummer to my legions of fans out there. I mean, where are you going to get all that gold from? It's certainly not going to be from this guy. But yeah, we wanted to take... I'll take all the credit for this. So yes, I, the creative maestro that I am, wanted to bring this back a little bit into a quote-unquote real world. So here we are on Halloween night, back in the what seems like the real world. Oh, there's the director again on screen. I got to break it to you, folks. He plays both the mustache man, and he also plays the ghost lurking behind him. So, my goodness, this man can't help but to put himself in everything. Oh, and apparently his dog as well. His dog just had to be Dogzilla in a recreation of a 1960s monster movie. But it's rather glorious, I'd say. And he takes a bunch of dog breath for his troubles. But yeah, just as the creator, I wanted to... There's a bunch of jokes. The Phantom Menaces, Poltergeists. Come on now. That number, 666, plus my childhood phone number from San Jose, California. But yeah, I just wanted to make something that was reminiscent of, being a child when I was a child back in the day. And you'd scroll through TV and everything, looked a little shoddy. Back before television was so prestigious. There's the Bastal ghost there on the wall. That decoration is probably 30, 35 years old. But I've kept it in my possession all these years because it was very meaningful to me. Here's another... I would say, let's say subtle. Let's say a very, very subtle Evil Dead homage in this scene. So subtle you can barely tell that it's supposed to be an Evil Dead homage. But, yeah. Ben rolling around in the kitchen with lightning flashing, fighting an oven mitt. Yeah, totally not Evil Dead at all. Bruce Campbell has nothing on the chin of this young star. Even though I don't like to give him much credit, because he's always so rude to me. He was running from me when I was trying to hang out with him. He does have a chin of destiny. So Bruce Campbell, if you're out there, you better watch out, bud. Here we go. Here's his little tooling up montage. Getting ready for battle. Classic action sequence or Batman movie or whatnot. Grabbing all his stuff. Getting suited up to go back out there to face his destiny. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, glow sticks. I remember always having those as a kid, having a glow stick. It would only last a very short time. But the one we filmed with actually stayed on for like 2 days straight. So apparently they're much better than they were 30 years ago. Where has the mansion gone? It's possible that it was just lost in the fog and he couldn't see it. Series finale is coming soon. We're still working on it. Even if there's going to be episodes between now and then, we can promise you there will eventually be a series finale. That's our big promise to you folks, because we wouldn't want to let you down. But yeah, that's episode 3. It was kind of nice to do more of a 1980s throwback kind of episode. Just to see what it would be like as a kid, on Halloween night, and everything is heightened, everything is kind of spooky, everything is kind of like what's under the bed and whatnot. So we're really proud of that one. Okay. This is episode number 4. Sort of a direct continuation of the last one. We initially wrote it. We initially had ideas for just a straight series finale directly after the last one, but with the inclusion of the new characters that were built specifically for this episode, it kind of just felt like, let's keep going. Let's see what, let's explore the world of the Haunted Mansion a little more. So this is more just a continuation of the last one, set in more of a real location before the actual series finale. I really just, as the genius mastermind extraordinaire auteur that I am, award-winning auteur, I just wanted to sort of explore a new sort of location or a new set of circumstances for this one, and not just kind of go back to the well that I had for the prior episodes. So I wanted to set something in a spooky forest. What's spookier than being a child lost in a spooky forest? I feel like someone's probably written some sort of fable about that, but I can't promise you that. But if not, I will, and I will take all the credit for it. So you're meeting all these new characters that we built. That suddenly came to life for this new episode. Your classic vampire. A jack-o'-lantern, a living jack-o'-lantern, and a weirdo goblin of some variety with really cool hair. I just wanted to, the central focus of the series had been Ben, regrettably, and me, Elmer the Ghost. I mean, when it's really on, it's on. The camera's focused on me, but I didn't want to take all the credit for it. I wanted to spread the love. So I think it was a grand idea to invite kind of a new hosts of weirdo creatures into our world to inhabit it and make it feel like, it's not just these two. It's not just this little weirdo kid and this champion, this thoroughbred champion of a ghost, who just wants to hang out with him, but keeps getting rejected. So, we have this classic Dracula here, based on the Francis Ford Coppola Dracula with Gary Oldman with these big old front buns on his head. I thought he was of a great design. And here's Gary Goblins, who has some pretty sweet dreadlocks, and then we had Jackie Pumpkins down there on the ground, with his little candle still in his mouth, which is pretty cool, to complete the jack-o'-lantern look. That director, that fraud, N.R. Van Slamberg, doing all the voices again, of course, because he didn't want anyone else taking any credit for any of it. So I wouldn't be surprised if he dubs over my voice eventually. Probably sound a little bit something like this. I am a director. I am a guy. I am a human. This is my normal speaking voice. I talk like this. I go to work. I better have my Mondays. Am I right? Oh, geez, don't talk to me before I have a cup of coffee. What? an eccentric nightmare this man is. Anyhow, here we are in the forest. This was all shot on stage, meant to look like a forest, but I think it gives a nice illusion of an actual spooky woods with the leaves falling in that. Especially after we shot so much of the other stuff on green and blue screens. To have, oh my god, I have to stop dead in my tracks because the movie's saved, everyone. You're welcome. You're welcome. You out there at home, I know you're watching. You're very welcome indeed. Here comes the hero to save, literally to save the day in this case. Yes, this green knight that you see floating above you, looking like a triumphant, looking like he could be carved out of marble, and should be and left in statue form for all to worship. I know which patch you live in, fool. But yeah, there's a nicer film on an actual location, and have kind of more of the fog effects and the lighting, and not just be on a green or a blue screen, pretending our eye lines and whatnot. So yeah, I won't say that this wasn't during like some random heat wave in late September, early October, like this unseasonable warmth that made the workshop unbearably warm in there. But I feel like we still captured the feeling of fall and autumn, and I think it's very lovely indeed. And here's a wonderful speech. I mean, they'll probably, if they haven't already started, I'm assuming that they're going to start teaching this speech and acting classes all across the world, because I mean, this is something that the kids should aspire to being. Okay, now we're going back to where it all started, back in the neighborhood.
Stuck here forever.
With a nice dolly shot in on Ben across the table, his little pumpkin pie. Lots of little hidden details on the table. Books about alchemy and ghosts and yeah, kind of setting up the next episode. The chandelier swinging in the background. This is actually stuff that we shot for episode number 3, but didn't quite make the cut. Just felt right here. And actually, this is some of the very first stuff we ever shot right here. A couple years ago, actually, but we weren't quite there yet. So we shot all this stuff with the Grimoire Arcana, and didn't quite know what to do with it because we didn't really have a plan set out for this Haunted Mansion series yet. So it's good to see that it finally made its way back in to the video. And each credit here should just say Elmer the Ghost, like puppets made by Elmer the Ghost, executive producer Elmer the Ghost, caterer Elmer the Ghost, definitely. I'm a fine chef indeed. I can make anything out of nothing, I gotta tell you folks. Probably put out a cookbook soon. Look for that soon on Monster Manor Workshop.com. And so yeah, that's episode 3 and 4. And yeah, soon we're gonna do another commentary for episodes number 5, and also the Christmas special that we did to round out the Haunted Mansion series. So we look forward to having you all back then. And yeah, stay groovy out there, folks. I love you, and yeah, we'll see you again next time. Goodbye.